ìwé kíkọ láìsí ọkọ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìwé kíkọ láìsí ọkọ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìṣàpá láìsí iyán àti ẹ̀gúsí kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iyán àtẹ̀bà ló ń jẹ ilé wa, ẹni kò jẹyán á jẹ̀bà tó tutù. Ìṣàpá láìsí iyán àti ẹ̀gúsí kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iyán àtẹ̀bà ló ń jẹ ilé wa, ẹni kò jẹyán á jẹ̀bà tó tutù. Àwọn ọmọ aláìgbọràn wọ́n délé ìwé, wọn kò fetí sílẹ̀ sóhun tólùkọ́ kọ́ wọn. Olùkọ́ ní kó kàwé wọn sì máa ṣeré ká, wọ́n á jẹun 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 wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ roboto. Iṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ ìyẹn kì í ṣe tiwọn, eré 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 ṣá ni tiwọn. Dòdò àti ráìsì kò gbọ́dọ̀ kọjá, wọ́n á jẹun 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 wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ roboto.
Well, you listened to two songs right there this morning. Chola Linson featuring Adekunle Gold, and you also listened to Ronti Wekiko. And I'm sure that you must have been wondering, we're supposed to start with A, B, C. Like teacher's gonna teach you, show you, show you. Come on, we have to start in a different way today, because today is the last Saturday in the month of January, kids. And yes, I'm super excited to be with you again one more time. Ekaro. Good morning. How are you doing? Well, it's been a wonderful week. Earlier one week, and like I'm just so happy to be here this morning, because anytime I'm right here on the show, I know that every kid is seated wherever it is they are right now, ready to learn one or two things on the show, right? Yes. Am I correct? Yes, I think I'm correct. Well, last week we started in an energetic manner, like so as to bring you up, and we did some cool Igbo dancing. If you remember, do you recall those dances that we did? Igbo. We learned the greetings in Igbo. We did some other things on the show. Do you remember? Okay, so if you don't remember that English, that Igbo song, let me just give you a recap of the song that we actually danced to very well last week, Saturday.
ọjà ike anụmanụ ije 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 oge eruola ọkụ isi n'ime agba egwe bata n'agba egwe oge eruola ọkụ isi n'ime agba egwe bata n'agba egwe ọkụ isi n'ime agba 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 egwe bata n'ọgbọ ka anyị kirie were ya gawa ije 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 nwayọ bụ ije oge eruola ọkụ isi n'igwe oyoyo bata n'agba egwe oge eruola ọkụ isi n'igwe oyoyo bata n'agba egwe ọkụ isi n'ime agba 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 egwe bata n'ọgbọ ka anyị kirie aha Atanjaluku oh yeah Babakuru, 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 babakuru. Udumo hogere, udumo hogere. Oyamara suru ya 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 suru ya. Oyamara suru ya 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 suru ya. Oyelela yelazo, oyekuzila yelazo. Oyelela yelazo, oyekuzila yelazo. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. ọjà ike anụmanụ oh yeah
All right, if you remember that also, you'll remember this particular one too that we did last week, Saturday.
Oníkálukú jẹ́jẹ́ ewúrẹ́ 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 oníkálukú jẹ́jẹ́ àgùntàn àgùntàn ọlọ́jọ́ olúròbí jẹ́jẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ àkọ́bí egbò olúròbí òhò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀ ìrókò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀. Oníkálukú jẹ́jẹ́ ewúrẹ́ 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 oníkálukú jẹ́jẹ́ àgùntàn àgùntàn ọlọ́jọ́ olúròbí jẹ́jẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ àkọ́bí egbò olúròbí òhò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀ ìrókò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀ olúròbí jẹ́jẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ àkọ́bí egbò olúròbí òhò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀ ìrókò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀ olúròbí òhò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀ ìrókò yọ̀ọ̀yọ̀.
Right, you have to remember that we also learned the story of Olurumbi, how the Iroko tree took a daughter. She was barren. She went to go and plead to the Iroko tree because she couldn't have a child. She got a child. She forgot to redeem a pledge. Remember, we talked about vows. We talked about pledges and the way you're supposed to, be careful of how you make those vows, those pledges, not to put you into a lot of trouble. Remember, I also said something about a promise being a debt. And you making a promise means that you have to fulfill that promise. If you do not fulfill that promise, it makes you untrustworthy. that is basically what we did. We also learned the Igbo greeting. We learned the ABC in Igbo as well. If you remember, that is like the recap of what was done last week Saturday. Today is going to be marvelous. Like, it's going to be another wonderful time right here on Smart Brains. My name is Favor, or Lawrence, and I call me Favor with the flavor. Well, Dr. Alagbi, Kokobo Sokeno. I love kids, and I'm happy that you're listening right now to Solutions 93.9 FM. And yes, this is Smart Brains. Kids, you are listening to Smart Brains.
You're listening to Smart Brain.
So what are we going to do on the show today? Well, I've decided to do something I've never done on the show, and that is, I'm going to tell you. But we're going to learn something about literature. Do you know that most of the stories that you hear, most of the songs that you listen to, most of the poems that you hear everywhere, it's from literature. It's part of literature. If I should, give you one, two of it, you're going to be like, yes, I've heard this before. I know this now. This is something that I know. For instance, this particular one.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up got Jack and home they trod as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and bound his
listening to Smart Brains.
Keep it 93.9.
Ali ni ó ṣe sẹ́nẹ̀tọ̀ gbogbo aráyé ti gbọ́. Sàràfà Ali ni ó ṣe sẹ́nẹ̀tọ̀ gbogbo aráyé ti gbọ́. Gbogbo Ọ̀yọ́ South ló ń bẹ lẹ́yìn yẹn. Gbogbo Ìbàdàn ló ń bẹ lẹ́yìn yẹn. Àwọn Ìbàràpá ń bẹ lẹ́yìn yẹn o. Ali ni ó ṣe sẹ́nẹ̀tọ̀ gbogbo aráyé ti gbọ́. Lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ APC òun ló ti máa ṣe é. Kájọ dìbò fún olótìtọ́ mà ní. Abíọ́dún Ali Sharafadeen ni òun ni ó ṣe sínétọ̀ gbogbo aráyé ti gbọ́. Ẹ dìbò fún olóyè Sharafadeen Abíọ́dún Ali sí ipò sẹ́nítọ̀ ní Ọ̀yọ́ South Senatorial District lábẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ onítẹ̀síwájú APC. Ẹgbẹ́ onígbàálẹ̀ kéde yìí wá láti ọwọ́ Sharafadeen Abíọ́dún Ali Support Group Canada APC Progress.
Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ tójú ti rí látọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún sẹ́yìn wá. Ṣùgbọ́n lọ́kàn tó gbéra láti ṣe sẹ́nitọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Central. Ìfẹ́ ìlú ti dé o. Gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ láti Lágelú. Bóyá Akínyẹlé Ẹgbẹ́dá pẹ̀lú ọ̀nà ara. Olúyọ̀lé pẹ̀lú Ọ̀yọ́ East. Àtìpà pẹ̀lú Àbíjíyọ̀ pẹ̀lú Sùúrùlérè. Ògo Olúwa o, gbogbo Ọ̀yọ́ Central.
Fún èròǹgbà àbádòfin lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó já geere, ètò ìlera, ohun amáyédẹrùn gbogbo tí ó mú káyédùn gbé fún gbogbo ọmọ bíbí Ọ̀yọ́ Central. Ẹ dìbò fọ́dọ̀ ẹlẹ́jẹ̀ tútù tí ò ní gbàgbọ́dọ̀ dání sunrun òjìká gbàgbé iṣẹ́ tá a rán nílé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin l'Àbújá. Ẹ dìbò fún ẹnjìníà Fauci Ọládọ̀tun Nurudeen Ìfẹ́ẹ̀lú. Ó ṣe sẹ́nitọ̀ láàrin gbùngbùn Ọ̀yọ́ Central Senatorial District lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ Accord Party. Ibi tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rátàǹpàkò gbéra ní kẹ́ ẹ tẹ̀ka síbẹ̀. Ẹnjìníà Fauci Ọládọ̀tun Nurudeen ò ní jáwakulẹ̀ l'Ọ̀yọ́ Central. Accord, oneness and progress.
We all have that one friend that always hides everything from everyone else. Like my guy, Sheung, that got 1 gig free data when he downloaded my MTN NG app. Did he share the gist with us? No! But we found out, and even something he doesn't know, that we get up to 2 gig data if we recharge 500 naira or more on my MTN NG app with our debit card.
You don't mean it!
That's not all. We also get 10% extra on every airtime recharge made on my MTN NG app.
Wow!
Will we share the gist with him?
Yes!
That's correct. You get 1 gig free data when you download my MTN NG app. Up to 2 gig when you recharge 500 naira and above with your debit card on my MTN NG app. And 10% extra on every recharge made on the app. So what are you waiting for? Download my MTN NG app today to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys, here he comes.
Guy, any gist today?
What are we doing today?
It's a beautiful morning, Naija. Don't forget to deposit your old Naira notes into your Momo wallet at the nearest Momo agent outlet before January 31st, 2023. First dial *671# to open the Momo wallet, then call our toll-free number 671 to locate the Momo agent.
Omi titun ti rú o. Omi tuntun housing scheme. Ìbẹ̀rùbojo ló jẹ́ fọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn láti ralẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ estate agent. Nítorí àwọn alágbèédá ti fojú ẹ̀rí mọ̀ bóni. Ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ ti dé báyìí. Omi tuntun housing scheme. Ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn South East ní Mọ̀pọ̀ ló ń tà á. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ti mọ̀, kò lè sí wàhálà mọ̀lẹ́bí tàbọ́mọ onílẹ̀ nínú estate ìjọba. Gbogbo document tó pé pérépéré lẹ́gbà. 1.5 million naira ní promo price tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Àǹfààní san díẹ̀díẹ̀ sì wà. Lọ́gán tí ẹ bá sanwó àkọ́kọ́ ni wọ́n ṣe allocation yín. Gbogbo amáyédẹrùn ló wà nínú estate omi tuntun housing scheme tó wà ní pẹ̀lú Sheriki village off Ayégún Lẹ́yọ̀ road Ìbàdàn. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè Ayọ̀ Atoki and Associates 07088132996 àti 08034455327. Godis Planning Associates 08138256300. Ìbàdàn South East Local Government Land Officer 08134542518. Ẹ tún lè kàn sí Land Office Ìbàdàn South East tó wà ní Mọ̀pọ̀. Tètè lọ ra tiẹ̀ o kó tó tán.
Olùkéde Honorable Emmanuel Olúwọlé Aláwọdé.
You're listening to Smart Brains.
My name is Precious Omayegun. I am 6 years old. Let's learn on Smart Brains.
2
and 2 group of schools, Ibadan. Oh yes, giving a child an access to a quality education. It is an assurance for all-round academic success. Parents and guardians in Ibadan. 2 and 2 is a co-educational group of schools, a desired citadel of learning for every child you dearly love, where the future leaders are being groomed from preparatory classes to high school classes. That makes our students to always get ready for any internal or external examinations. Your child deserves access to a great academics experience. Wow, what a beautiful learning environment. Professional teachers, well-equipped science laboratory, complete home economic laboratory, well-stocked library, expensive sporting facilities, computer science from early age for our students. 2 and 2 is a government-approved and WAEC accredited school. What more? Hurry now. Admission is ongoing into crèche, nursery, primary, JSS 1 to 2, and SS 1 to 2. Enroll your child now at 2 and 2 group of schools, Idiomo, Ojo, Arulogun Road, Ibadan, or call 0812-540-0582. 2 and 2 group of schools, a school with the best learning experience.
So high school, teaching cheerful boys and girls who strive to build and ensure with peace and love. So let's raise the standard for our great nation. So let's raise the standard for our great nation. We know our future is bright. We are marching on, forward we go, we will get there. We are marching on, for God with us, we will get there. All the teachers, up to and to. Good day, everyone. My name is Obnadike Mary Cynthia Chineye. I'm a SS3 student of 2 and 2 High School. I'll talk about literature. Literature can be defined as a creative and imaginative work of art that is produced by a poet, a dramatist, and a novelist. The novelist, the dramatist, and the poets use the figure of speech to make their writing good. We have simile, metaphor, hyperbole, pun, irony, onomatopoeia, oxymoron, paradox, etc. We have 3 genres of literature, which are the prose, the drama, and the poem. The prose is originated from the word prosers, which means straightforward. Therefore, the prose means in a straightforward manner. It has different chapters. There are various kinds of prose, which are autobiography, biography, memo, journal, letter, essay, etc. We also have drama. Drama can be defined as a play that is acted on the stage before the audience by an actor or an actress. We have different forms of drama, which are the comedy, tragedy, tragicomedy, satire, farce, etc. We also have the poetry. The poetry is written in form of verses and stanza. We have different kinds of poetry, which are the lullaby, ode, ballad, epic, lyric, etc. And we also have different types of literature, which are fiction and non-fiction. The fiction refers to the plot setting and characteristics created from the actor's imagination, while the non-fiction is factual and reported on true events. Histories, biographies, journalism, and essay are all concerned in the non-fiction. Thank you. My name is Obnadike Mary Cynthia Chineye. Keep listening to Smart Brains on Solutions FM.
2 and 2 group of schools, Ibadan. Oh yes, giving a child an access to a quality education. It is an assurance for all-round academic success. Parents and guardians in Ibadan. 2 and 2 is a co-educational group of schools, a desired citadel of learning for every child you dearly love, where the future leaders are being groomed from preparatory classes to high school classes. That makes our students to always get ready for any internal or external examinations. Your child deserves access to a great academics experience. Wow, what a beautiful learning environment. Professional teachers, well-equipped science laboratory, complete home economic laboratory, well-stocked library, expensive sporting facilities, computer science from early age for our students. 2 and 2 is a government-approved and WAEC accredited school. What more? Hurry now. Admission is ongoing into crèche, nursery, primary, JSS 1 to 2, and SS 1 to 2. Enroll your child now at 2 and 2 group of schools, Idiomo, Ojo, Arulogun Road, Ibadan, or call 0812-540-0582. 2 and 2 group of schools, a school with the best learning experience.
You're listening to Smart Brains.
Oswamayegun. I am 6 years old. Let's learn on Smart Brains.
Welcome back. It is Smart Brains. You just listened to 2 and 2 High School there, and she spoke at length, maybe summary of literature. And remember, she mentioned something about written works, especially those considered to be superior or lasting, artistic. You know, books and writings that are published on a particular subject can be termed as literature. Leaflets, other printed materials used for advertising, for PR, can be literature. You know, she also mentioned something about the figures of speech in literature. Let me begin to mention them and then help you out in knowing what this actually means. For instance, when you say something about hyperbole, it means you're exaggerating. It's an exaggeration. Hyperbole is spelled Hyperbole. Hyperbole. It's a figure of speech in which exaggeration is used to emphasize or effect. For instance, Samantha and I sat on chairs that have been set up near the table. It's a fancy way to saying bull. There's so many ways you can exaggerate a particular sentence that makes it look as though, why is it looking so exaggerated like this? Okay, so we also have metaphor. Metaphor. I know most of you may not, have gotten to the literature class, but it's something you should know now, so that when it comes, you decide to go to art class, not sciences or commercial. Remember last week we learned something about commercial class, but metaphor is in literature for art students. So metaphor is a figure of speech or a figure of thought. It is a figure of speech in which an implied comparison is made between two unlike things that actually have something in common. Some people will want to mix metaphor with simile. As fat as thin as clever as short as. Simile is spelled S-I-M-I-L-E. And simile is a figure of speech in which two fundamentally unlike things are explicitly compared, usually in a phrase introduced by like or as. She's as beautiful as. That boy is as clever as a fox. Do you see that? Oh, he is as fat as a pig. You can also put like for simile. Let's see. The clouds look like cotton balls. If you actually look at it like that, when you stare at the cloud, it sometimes looks like cotton balls. Do you know that? Yes, so that is an example of a simile. She's as fat as a pig. As humble as. You get what I'm saying. That is an example of a simile. It's different from a metaphor. Whew. I also mentioned hyperbole earlier. We have other figure of speech like that. Would you want me to teach you that? Okay, let's move forward. Another figure of speech is personification. I love this one because it's very easy to know. And actually, it's as easy to know as a simile. Very, very easy. Well, a personification is a figure of speech in which an idea or a thing is given human attributes or feelings or is spoken of as if it were a human being. That's what a personification is. That is a personification. Well, let me give you an example of a personification. My alarm yelled at me this morning. For everyone that doesn't like to wake up very early in the morning, and it's time for you to go to school, and your alarm is yelling, or it's just sounding, it's giving that alarm as that sound that is very annoying. Yes, so you can make it sound that way. My alarm is yelling. Can an alarm yell? An alarm is a thing. So personification is more or less like you giving human attributes to a thing, a feeling to a thing. An example, another one is my phone is not cooperating with me today. A phone is a thing. How does phone cooperate? Is it not a machine that should do its work? The bus is driving too fast. My computer works very hard. Those are examples of personification. The article says the spinach is good for you. Can an article speak? It's a written word, or it's a written form of art, and I'm like, yes, an article cannot speak, but because it's a personification or personification, you get it. The sunflower hung their heads. A sunflower hanging its heads. Let me just help you with that. You see, a sunflower has something in the middle, and then it has some petals, and then when it's raised to the sun, it looks like it's, raising its head up, and that's why they say it's like a personification. We have more and more, figures of speech in literature. If you're interested in this, you can decide to go for art class and learn it. And learn, I also have this one, onomatopoeia. Wow, that one is so interesting as well. Onomatopoeia is representation of sounds. I love that one as well. I was an art student, so most of these things, I know them. If you begin to say H2O, begin to break down the components. What does H2O consist of? I know H2O is water, but the components can actually, may not be something interesting to me. And the same way, literature might not be as an interesting subject to you. So if you're in GSS2 now, going to GSS3, GSS3 going to SS1, these three classes or these two classes are the determinants of where you're going to go or where you're going to be. From GSS2, you should know if you want to, offer physics, chemistry, because in GSS3, there's this kind of breakdown where you know that, okay, I want to offer this, I want to offer this, I want to offer that. But in SS1 is when you begin to get separated. You want to go for sciences, you want to go to commercial class, you want to go to sciences. That is when you're going to determine where you're going to go. So you have to pay attention to it in GSS3 so you know. For instance, 2-column cash book, that's in business studies. I never liked it. It's like that contra entry. I don't know if there's any GSS3 student listening to me right now. Contra entry confuses me. When it gets to H2O physics, the unit of this, the unit of that in physics, I get so confused. And then I discovered I like to read novels. I like to, express myself. I like to write instead of calculations. So those are the things you have to put in place to know if you want to do this art, sciences, or commerce. Because if you decide to love business studies, you can decide to go to some commercial class and go and do accounting, where there are lots and lots of calculations. Let me quickly list all the figure of speech that you should know. Alliteration. We have idiom, slang. Remember that there was a time we learned some idioms right on the show. To catch a cold means blah blah blah. To beat a retreat, to strike a bargain, idioms and slangs. Those are the types of or the figure of speech that you can find in literature. And I remember she mentioned something also about a prose. She mentioned a poem. A prose is different from a poem. A poem has stanzas, it has verses. But prose is just written. It's, you can have it in chapters. Yes. It has chapters. You can divide it into two: fiction, non-fiction. Fiction, you have, it's just so broad. You can go to school and ask your teacher to teach you that. So today, I am going to be reading you a story right here on air. So stay tuned, do not go anywhere. It is Solutions 93.9 FM, and my name is Favor Olorosla. I'll be back.
Bàbá mi fìgbà kan rí jọmọ titun sómi ọmọ. Yèyé mi fìgbà kan rí jọmọ titun sómi ọmọ. Ọmọládé orí ọmọláṣọ ọmọ ni ọmọ ní jẹ́ sómi ọmọ. Gbogbo wa láti fìgbà kan rí jọmọ titun. Gẹ́gẹ́ bó fàṣírí lọ́wọ́ alágbára bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọmọdé rí. Sómi ọmọ. Ọmọ tuntun àrígbéjì ọmọ tuntun àrígbéyọ̀ káàbọ̀ sáyé o. Sómi ọmọ. Ọmọ èrè ayé. Sóhun tó dàbí ọmọ. Àlejò ayé kú àbọ̀, sómi ti fìgbà kan rí jọmọ tuntun sóhun bí ọmọ. Gbogbo aráalé gbé mi gẹ̀gẹ̀, wọ́n gbé mi jó, wọ́n gbé mi yọ̀, ọmọ ní dé ọmọ ní ìwọ sóhun bí ọmọ. Ọmọ láṣẹ ìdè, ọmọ láfẹ́ ayé, orí jẹ́ bí tèmi sóhun bí ọmọ. Orí jẹ́ ń dàgbà kí n tágbà dà, ọmọ rere kó gbẹ̀yìn mi o sóhun bí ọmọ. Èdùmàrè mo bẹ̀ ọ́ jẹ́ bí tèmi kó mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gbà yé mi ká sóhun bí ọmọ.
We all have that one friend that always hides everything from everyone else. Like my guy, Sheung, that got 1 gig free data when he downloaded my MTN NG app. Did he share the gist with us?
No!
But we found out, and even something he doesn't know, that we get up to 2 gig data if we recharge 500 naira or more on my MTN NG app with our debit card.
You don't mean it!
That's not all. Oh. We also get 10% extra on every airtime recharge made on my MTN NG app.
Wow!
Will we share the gist with him?
Yes!
That's correct. You get 1 gig free data when you download my MTN NG app. Up to 2 gig when you recharge 500 naira and above with your debit card on my MTN NG app. And 10% extra on every recharge made on the app. So what are you waiting for? Download my MTN NG app today to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys, here he comes.
Guy, any gist today?
What are we doing today?
mo kájú ẹ̀ yorùbá ló ní báwo ọba kájú lù yíya ní ọ̀yà ẹni tí ó daṣọ fún ni tọrùn ẹ̀ láwò èrè díẹ̀ nìyí tá a fi ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ètò mo kájú ẹ̀ lórí ìkànnì solution 93.9 fm ìbàdàn lórí ètò mo kájú ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀tì máa pàdé àwọn adíje dupò òṣèlú gómìnà sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ gbogbo ọmọlẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin nípínlẹ̀ tó fi dábùjá lábẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú gbogbo láti wí tẹnu wọn fáwọn olùdìbò ìdí ẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi rò pé àwọn kájú ẹ̀ láti díje dupò òṣìṣẹ́ ìlú àjẹpẹ́ gbogbo ẹni tó ti dìbò abẹ́nú nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú gbogbo tí wọ́n wá fẹ́ wẹ̀yán kàǹkàn jódọ́jà nínú ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ yìí orí ètò mo kájú ẹ̀ láti máa pàdé wọn ojoojúmọ́ láti monday sí jímọ̀ lẹ́tọ̀ mo kájú ẹ̀ ó máa gorí afẹ́fẹ́ láago 10 sí 11 láàárọ̀ pẹ̀lú atọ́kùn ètò kọ́ládé ọlágójú láti kópa lórí ètò mo kájú ẹ̀ ẹ máa pè 08026985359 tàbí 08034723299 mo kájú ẹ̀ lórí solution fm ìbàdàn kò ṣeé má gbọ́ ètò ni.
Òjòǹgbòdú olóṣèlú Sharafadeen Abiodun. Òjòǹgbòdú olóṣèlú Sharafadeen Abiodun. Ọmọ àlìlà ó dìbò fún ọ lọ́yọ́ South Senatorial District. Àti mò ń kó a ò lè ra òun ṣẹ́gi àti mọ̀ ọ̀nà a ò lè ṣìnà mọ́ rárá. Sharafa Abiodun Ali là ń fẹ́ ẹnìkan ò lè já wa sọlọ́gbọ́ mọ́. ẹ bá mi pè kí n gbọ́ o. BSK.
bákòókò tí wọ́n bá ń gbẹ́dún ẹ jẹ́ sọ fún un pé kò sẹ́ni tí ó fòdó àkókò gúnyán àgbà nínú sédòsédò kò lè sédò kó pàfẹ́ gbogbo wa ti mẹsẹ̀ kò lọ. Sharafadeen Abiodun Ali lẹni tó mọ̀nà tá a sì tẹ̀lé ní Ọ̀yọ́ South Senatorial District ẹgbẹ́ onítẹ̀síwájú APC lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣùṣù ọ̀wọ̀ làmì Sharafadeen Abiodun Ali lolùdíje òun nìtẹ̀síwájú ẹkùn ìdìbò gúúsù ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
Omi titun ti rú o. Omi tuntun housing scheme ìbẹ̀rùbojo ló jẹ́ fọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn láti ralẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ estate agent nítorí àwọn alágbèédá ti fojú ẹ̀rí mọ̀ bóni. Ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ ti dé báyìí. Omi tuntun housing scheme ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn South East ní mọ̀pọ̀ ló ń tà á. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ti mọ̀ kò lè sí wàhálà mọ̀lẹ́bí tàbọ́mọ onílẹ̀ nínú estate ìjọba. Gbogbo document tó pé pérépéré lẹ́gbà 1.5 million naira ní promo price tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Àǹfààní san díẹ̀díẹ̀ sì wà. Lọ́gán tí ẹ bá sanwó àkọ́kọ́ ni wọ́n ṣe allocation yín. Gbogbo amáyédẹrùn ló wà nínú estate omi tuntun housing scheme tó wà ní pẹ̀lú Sheriki village off Ayégun Lẹ́yọ̀ road Ìbàdàn. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ pè Ayọ̀ Atoki and associates 07088132996 àti 08034455327. Godis planning associates 08138256300. Ìbàdàn South East local government land officer 08134542518. ẹ tún lè kàn sí land office Ìbàdàn South East tó wà ní Mọ̀pó. Tètè lọ ra tiẹ̀ o kó tó tán.
Olùkéde Honourable Emmanuel Olúwọlé Aláwọdé.
You're listening to Smart Brains.
and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Up got Jack and home he trod as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and bound his head with vinegar and brown paper.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
Up got Jack and home he trod as fast as he could caper. He went to bed and bound his head with vinegar and brown paper.
The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Once upon a time, there was a shepherd boy who was bored as he sat on the hillside, watching the village sheep. To amuse himself, he took a great breath and sang out, "Woof! Woof! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" The villagers came running up the hill to help the boy drive the wolf away. But when they arrived at the top of the hill, they found no wolf. The boy laughed at the sight of their angry faces. "Don't cry, wolf, shepherd boy," said the villagers. "When there is no wolf." They were grumbling back down the hill. Later on, the boy sang out, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is chasing the sheep!" To his not a delight, he watched the villagers run up the hill to help him drive away the wolf. When he saw the villagers saw no wolf, they sternly said, "Save your frightened song for when there is really something wrong. Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf." But the boy grinned and watched them go grumbling down the hill once more. Later, he saw a real wolf prowling about his flock. Alarmed, he leaped to his feet and sang out loudly as he could, "Wolf! Wolf!" But the villagers didn't answer. They thought he was trying to fool them again. So they didn't come. At sunset, everyone wondered why the shepherd boy hadn't returned to the village with their sheep. Then they went up the hill again. And they found him weeping. There really was a wolf here. The flock has scattered. I cried out, "Wolf! Wolf! Why didn't you come?" An old man tried to comfort the boy as they walked back to the village. We'll help you look for the lost sheep in the morning. He said, putting his arm around the young boy. Nobody believes a liar, even when he is telling the truth. The end. So, you see, kids, you are not supposed to tell lies. Imagine if he hadn't told that lie in the beginning, twice in a row in one day, when there was really a wolf, people would have come rushing. So, as kids, do not, I repeat, do not tell lies. I was just speaking with someone yesterday. I was like, you don't want me to believe what you say again, Abby? Because I asked you a question and you did not give me the right answer. You didn't tell me the truth. You don't want me to believe what you say again, right? She was like, I'm sorry. Please do not tell lies. You have to say the truth at all times, even if it is going to hurt. Okay, I want to quickly think about something. Maybe you just broke mommy's plate yesterday and you're trying your best possible not to let her know. You've gone to hide it somewhere. You've eaten it somewhere so that she won't see it. Eventually she finds it and then she asks, who broke my plates? I'm not the one, no. I'm not the one, no. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it though. No. 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 It reminds me of this rhyme. Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, no, Papa. Telling lies, no, Mama. Open your mouth. Eventually, sugar was in Johnny's mouth. There must be the truth coming out of your mouth all the time so that people will believe you when you speak. My name is Favor Olorutola. I will open the phone lines today. I just wanted to leave that with you. You're going to the new week. If your teacher asks you, please always say the truth. And if you want me to come to your school, remember I said that by February, we're going to start the tour of various schools. So you just have to send me or call in. Just send your name or call in to 081 80905832. 081 80905832. I had accumulation from last week, and I'm going to do that again this week. Those that I called last week, remember that I called you back, or you called in last week. I called you back. I got your school name, your name, and I promised to call you back when it's your turn, or when it's the turn for me to come to your school. Remember the number one more time is 081 80905832. Just call in, and I'll pick it by 12:30. I'll start picking those calls by 12:30, and once it's 2 again, I'm going to go off. So remember, always say the truth. It's very important. My name one more time is Favor Olorutola. Have yourself a wonderful new month ahead.
minutes of news, delivering the latest information, playing the coolest of music, giving you the best of entertainment. This is 93.9 FM. We are the solutions.
Come on.
We are the remedy.
Your number one remedy dial.
Yeah.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
This is News at Noon on Solutions 93.9 FM.
Good afternoon. My name is Favor or Lauren Tola. In the highlights. Banks reportedly beef up security against customers' attack. Solutions FM special report focuses on latest viral infection, diphtheria. On the foreign and Czech retired general aims to beat ex-prime minister in presidential race. And in sport, Bayern to fate Eintracht Frankfurt in today's Bundesliga game and other details. 4 days to the expiration of the deadline set by the Central Bank of Nigeria for the old 1,000 naira, 500 naira, and 200 naira notes to cease from circulation. Deposit money banks have reportedly taken extra security measures to prevent angry customers from attacking their branches and destroying facilities. According to reports, customers besieged bank branches in different parts of the country on Friday in attempts to withdraw new notes for use during the weekend and deposit old notes as Tuesday's deadline approaches. The manager of the bank explained that despite assurances by the CBN where it was supplying enough new notes for the banks for circulation to their customers, the truth was that the lenders were not getting enough. Workers of the Nigerian Postal Service, NIPOS, started threatening to embark on an industrial action from Monday, January 30th, and over alleged abandonment by the federal government. The protestant staff urged the federal government to urgently intervene before the industrial action commences. The General Secretary of the Senior Staff Association of Statutory Corporations and Government-Owned Companies, Ayo Lorunfemi, who led a protest on Friday, stated that several staff members of the service have not been receiving any form of capital funding from the federal government in the last 15 years. The latest infection, diphtheria, that causes difficulty in breathing, odd rhythm problems, and even death, has called for so much concern. A lot of people are not yet aware of the cause and symptoms of this new infection. Solutions FM spoke to a medical practitioner in the special report for more enlightenment.
Diphtheria is a serious infection caused by strains of bacteria called Corynebacterium diphtheria that make toxin. It can lead to difficulty in breathing, heart rhythm problems, and even death. People who are most susceptible to this infection are those who are not completely immunized or have low antitoxin antibody levels and have been exposed to a carrier or diseased individual. Diphtheria is not a new disease. It is one of the killer diseases children get immunized against under the expanded immunization program. Meanwhile, Nigeria has so far recorded a total of 123 diphtheria cases and 38 deaths across 4 states of the Federation as of January 22. According to the latest data by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Kano State recorded the highest with 100 confirmed infections and 32 deaths, followed by Yobe with 17 infections and 3 deaths. What are the opinions of Nigerians about this airborne disease?
This is that we are talking about diphtheria or whatever it's called. I heard about some time ago, maybe because
the world is going to an end. You hear a lot of the various things that has not been in existence before, but they said it's a kind of a truth disease. So I would just implore the government to enlighten people more, create awareness so that people know about it. Even if they have the signs or the symptoms, they will see that they will immediately recognize that they're having the disease. So the government should provide vaccine or drugs.
This diphtheria infection or disease is something we all don't know about before. So I think what the government can do to help us as citizens is enlighten us about it. Probably through the use of mass media. They have to educate us about it. We have to know the symptoms. We have to know the safety precautions, and I think you also have to know the treatment we can give.
I heard about it last week. I was like, and even asking myself, which one is diphtheria or again? But you see, only God can save us from all these different diseases. We had of HIV, COVID